morning. Good morning. I probably need to get off my, as my neighbors say, get off my hind parts and get to walking. But we're not going to do that today. Good morning. I hope you're well. It is July the 7th, a Thursday, which means we are part way through our week, right? I hope you are well. I genuinely do. I can tell you that my mind has been troubled, but we're going to do our best to do and be great. Yeah. Good morning, Miss Janice. Good morning, Deshaun. So good morning. It's Jackie Glass of Mama, Navy vet, certified doer, and the laced up legislator for the Virginia House of Delegates, 89th District. I say this because I mean it every time. I'm honored and grateful to be able to serve, and that we get to spend this time together learning, growing, and doing. Not a whole bunch of information to share today, but I am going to encourage you guys, like I say all the, I hate if you say that. I say this all the time. But I truly mean that this is your conversation, so please do not hesitate to, in the comments, drop any questions, comments, concerns. Doesn't matter what it pertains to here. If it's something we need to talk about offline, we will do that. But that's what this space is for. I'm going to start with something I heard recently that is so true, and I just want us to keep in mind as we try to do good work in our own spaces and places, that nothing fixes everything, but we have to start somewhere. And that's kind of the journey that we're on with a lot of the things we're dealing with, is that there are some massive concerns, massive issues that we have, and there is no one fix, but incremental change is real, right? We have to find our small wins, whether that's you wanting to work out more, whether that's you wanting that light pole fixed in your neighborhood, wanting your children to be obedient, that nothing is going to fix everything. But we are going to always start somewhere. We're going to keep hope, and we're going to understand that incremental change is the kind of change that we need to start with. And we may not see the things that we're passionate about fixed in our lifetime, but we take the steps. I am betting that my great-great-great-great-grandmother probably felt the same way, about the conditions that she was in, right? Like, there's no way that this will ever change. There's no way I'll ever to be able to own my own home. There's no way that I'll be able to drink on certain water fountains. There's no way I'll be free. And, free is definitely relative, but folks started somewhere, and I'm grateful for them starting somewhere. And grateful for you guys starting your day with us today. So good morning again. I got my gratitude and community ask. I've already expressed gratitude. I'm going to keep doing it. I don't care if you get tired of me saying gratitude. I'm still going to say it. I asked that you guys just to keep up with some of the latest things that we're doing around these parts, to go to the website, subscribe. I put the subscribe link in the notes. I always forget what to call them. Where it tells you what this video is about. Subscribe to our newsletter. We really need to, improve our reach on that. I can't remember how many households or how many inboxes we're getting into, but it's substandard for how we want to be able to educate and keep people abreast of what's going on. You'll get everything that we're doing. I write a letter every month just to sort of let you guys know where I am, and then give you all the updates on the happening. So not only do I want you to subscribe to our newsletter, let your folks know, hey, yep, subscribe. Even if you ain't gonna read her newsletter, go ahead and subscribe, but then read it too. Good morning again. Tonight, you guys, summer school starts tonight. July 7th is our first night of policy work groups, our certified doer summer school. If you are a doer, this is you. Our first course, which will be today and Saturday, will be the life cycle of a bill. We're going to be going to the nitty-gritty, explaining to you how things, where a bill starts, where it ends, because by the end of summer school, by the end of the policy work groups, you guys will be in group with groups of people that have like-minded, that are like-minded interests, maybe not ideas, but interests, and we're going to be building legislation. On July 18th, I'm able to start pre-filing bills, and I want to be able to, show you guys that actual process that we do when we put a bill in, how it works. And you guys will find that, we're going to demystify some stuff where you're going to be like, I didn't know it was that easy. Because that's how we do, because we're an educated electorate. That's what we are. So I hope that I see some of you guys tonight. I know there are folks across, if they're watching this and you're not in the Hampton Roads area, I certainly understand your frustration with not being able to attend, but we take care of our own first. And the goal is to later in the year be able to do a class where we can have people, no matter where they live, be able to join our policy work groups, our summer school for certified doers. Of course, it won't be summer school anymore, but get the opportunity. So if you're in the Hampton Roads area, this is just for you. Again, we're educating our people. Again, I have a fundraiser coming up on the 27th. It is going to be not a big event, a very small event of folks. We'll see some be sending out invitations and things like that. So as I build the fundraiser, I'm still asking folks to donate to the campaign. Here is what we're trying to do, again, for transparency and just to understand. Oh, Janice, yes, probably. You ready? I can't wait to see you tonight. Janice says she ready. Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. So here's what we're doing. I actually have a staff member that I'd like to hire. So I'm looking to fundraise a great deal to be able to hire that person and pay them respectfully. So we've got folks that have already been doing work for us that I'd love to be able to give a stipend to for the work and help that they're helping keep our office afloat. As I told you guys before, we get enough to be an opportunity, but not necessarily to help solve problems. And it's not, it's not specifically about what I get paid, but it's about the things that I want to do in the community. They cost. So between, we want to get a district office, and I've been looking for people to donate space and things like that. But, if we have to pay for a space, we're going to do that. We want you all to be able to have a place where you can walk into. So hiring a position, walking into an office, but really some of the community events like the policy work groups we've got, like being able to give you guys, like I want to make this summer school, I wanted to have an actual manual to give to everyone, but it came at a cost. So we're not just fundraising. Eventually I'll be like, hey, I'm fundraising because I'm running for election or whatever, but right now genuinely fundraising to be able to do our pillars really well. That's educate, advocate, celebrate, and legislate. Like that's what we're fundraising to do. So anything helps, whether it's $5 a month or $5 one time or 10 or 15, 20, 100,000, 10,000, whatever you can give, we appreciate it because it just helps us continue the mission. And all of that is in the you know what I'm talking about. I was gonna say in the comments, but in the thing to tell you what the video is about. I'm getting old. We also have a town hall coming up on July 28th. Y'all say that with me, July 28th? July 28th. At 5:30, it's going to be at Freemason Church. It's a church right there by MacArthur Center. So we're going to be close to the Tidewater, not Tidewater Gardens. Yeah, close to that area. We are excited about it. It's in person. So that Thursday at 5:30 at that church, we'll be having a town hall. You are welcome to come. Bring your people. Let folks know. The flyer should be out. Remember, I got a team of people helping. We still got to keep our day jobs. So shout out to everybody keeping their day jobs and also helping the office of the 89th be successful and work with folks. So those two things: go to summer school, come to the town hall, because in the town hall we're going to update you on all the things that are happening, the latest and the greatest on bills, and then just listen. Get your questions ready and just listen. You better be super duper hype. Let's go. That's it. So again, remember I talked to you. I'm going to say this every single time, all the preamble. You can get through it. I need you to make sure that you are registered to vote. I need to make sure that you know where your polling place is. I need you to make sure you know who represents you. And I need you to consider working. right? Being election day worker. Those things are important if we're going to be able to do the things that we do here, in our city. Our poll workers are aging out. They're aging out, and it's definitely a job for the privileged because, you got to have time to be able to do it. Asking y'all to do that. All right, so let's get to the news. State level, we already start there because we are a state level office. So what's happening right now, and there was a recent news article, and I need to go ahead and bring some of this up so I can put it in the chat as we chop it up. But we are still going through redistricting, and for those of you guys who don't know, redistricting is what came out of redistricting is what came out of the 2020 census, right? And so what happens is, as population shifts, so do look at me, why am I saying all these y'all? As population shifts, so do the districts that we should be in. They also shift. So we had some shifting around. The district that I am in is going to change just a tad bit, and we're waiting to find out whether we have to run for office this year, or if we're going to have to run again next year. Right now, it's still next year. But that could change that could change as folks are arguing to the courts that the districts are unlawful and that folks should have ran in 2021 on the new maps instead of the old maps. That's a whole thing. There's an article there about arguing the elections. Here's where I stand, right? Because I get people that want to tell you what to do, tell you how to do it. Here's where I stand. I'm going to do whatever the courts tell us to do, right? If we have to run this year, we're going to run. This is a mess that we got ourselves in when we voted on how we were going to do redistricting, right? Whether it was going to be partisan or nonpartisan. If we picked a process that was not so partisan, we probably wouldn't be in this situation, because the partisan group ended up getting deadlocked and not being able to get a resolution on getting these maps out. Do I think that you as the electorate should have to pay for this? Like, should you have to deal with the fact that because we picked this process? If you didn't select the process, when you guys were talking about on amendment 1 or 2, vote yes or no, like, if you didn't select this process, good for you. I'm sorry for you. We have to go through this, but this is the democratic process. So we have to own this. And let the courts figure out what it is that we're going to do, right? Cool. Got it. All right. Next, in Richmond at the state level, right? There was a citizen that overheard a conversation indicating that there was going to be some sort of attack on Independence Day up in Richmond, y'all. I'm having a hard time having these conversations around guns as a gun owner, right? Like, I enjoy shooting, right? Like, it is relaxing. I don't like to shoot indoors. That's a whole thing for me. So it's been a while since I've actually done, but I try to make sense of our inability to have real conversations about guns. Like, I genuinely don't understand it. We can talk about abortion. We can talk about the border. We can talk about schools. We can talk about all these things, but we just can't seem to make movement. And so this is a call-in, right? This is a call-in to not just responsible gun owners, but just like folks. How do you think we have this conversation? Like, how do we build a conversation where we're able to talk about saving lives and I don't want to say the GC word, right? But gun sense, right? Like, how do we truly have a conversation where we are, and that's a genuine question, because I think there's a very small group of people that are preventing us from saying, you know what, this ain't right, let's change it. Like, this is not right, let's do better. But it's a real conversation that needs to be had, and I think as our city grapples with what most cities are grappling with is an increase in gun violence, and I get sick of hearing that too. That how about a decrease in public safety? for a number of reasons. This particular thing is something that it sits on the edge, and um, we need to be able to have, we need to be able to have real conversations, period. But shout out to the hero citizen that paid attention to the conversation and saw something, said something, and saved some people's lives, right? Yep. All right. Told you that I didn't have much, but keeping in line with public safety right now, the police department is restructuring. They are down 261 officers, and as I think about this, what's the state connectivity with that? What does that look like? Allocation of resources and things like that. Democracy Center is providing free rides to the polls. Oh, that's great. Norfolk Democracy Center, really excited about meeting with the folks over there to get some support and help in doing things like that. But what's happening is they're restructuring. Currently, our police department is restructuring. They're using technology to fill in some gaps. They're taking some of the administrative officers and they're making them, putting them on patrol. I've actually know that we've lost our community resource officer, which is a huge hit, y'all. That's the kinds of work that those community resource officers do in the community. At least I know mine, right? Like I know that they're a huge piece of how we get things done. They're a huge piece of keeping us abreast of what's going on. And I'll pause for a second as trucks go by because we stay outside, y'all. There we go. But they're a huge piece of how we do work and how we get things done, and it's really an unfortunate, a truly unfortunate loss to communities, right? Going on to national news, I do want to pause for a second too. Janice, thank you so much for sharing that. And do you have, and I'm going to ask Janice because you're in here and you're always doing the work, do you have a link to the Norfolk Democracy Center where we can you drop it in the chat? I'd really appreciate it, like getting that, dropping that in the chat for me this morning so that folks can kind of see what that's all about. The Democracy Center has done some really great work up in Richmond, and we're so grateful to have them come down here. Oh yes, we mentioned this the other day, Councilwoman Worcester, thanks for joining us, about the Nighthawks, and I told you guys, like, some of y'all gonna have to come out with me on Friday or Saturday night, and we're gonna have to squad up, okay? I didn't get no inboxes, and I told y'all, look, I said it, we're gonna go out with a team here, okay? The certified doers are gonna hit the courts. But it looks like in the chat, Councilwoman Mercer has put some information about the Nighthawks, and if you're interested in volunteering, and this is a great opportunity. It's late at night, 9 to midnight. Good morning. That if you're interested, that is a great opportunity to get out there and volunteer. Okay. Oh, thank you, Janet. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Make sure. So let's move on to something a little less light, a little bit lighter. Drop in the chat for me if you have ever gone to a Tides game. Say yes in the chat if you've ever gone to a Tides game. And I think this is like important because as I think about, economic drivers and things that add value to our space and place in the community, this is just one of them. So drop in the chat, and I'm gonna put yes. Oh, Amber, yes, you've been to a Tides game. Drop in the chat. I've been, yes, to a Tides game. Yes, y'all. I think this is something like, as a child, I think about my father taking me to White Sox games, and the White Sox was kind of like the hood team, right? And Ronald know what I'm talking about. Taking me to Comiskey Field, and just like Comiskey Park, and just having a good old time as a kid. There's something special about baseball games. Um, and I think that, like, if we recognize how the many different ways, remember I said there's no small act or role in big change, right? Shifting the conversation, the added value about our region, about our space, comes with, appreciating the things that we have. So I'm going to ask you guys, like, if you have not been to a Tides game, I see some of you guys have, that you consider doing that. That is some of the beautiful, that is when people talk about our place and our space in such, in a negative way. We have a zoo, we have a minor league team, we have the only downtown in the region. There's so much to celebrate. We have amazing, eclectic small businesses. But the Tides, y'all, I'm really interested in this. And look, if y'all tell me y'all gonna squat up and go, I'm going to. I think I might. So the Tides this weekend, I think it's this weekend. I'm pulling up I'm gonna put it in the chat for you guys as we wind down our time here. Yeah. So the Tides this weekend are going to be playing as the Orange Crushers. Now, if you're like sentimental like me, or excuse me, the Orange Squeezers. So they're gonna honor this. I guess y'all, I'm not from the Mid-Atlantic, so don't be beating me up for saying this, okay? Like, don't come for me. They're gonna be playing as the Norfolk Squeezers on July 16th. So there's gonna be a special Squeezers. What is this Squeezers? Tell me, what is this Squeezers drink? Tell me about it. What's this Squeezers to? What is this Squeezers? That's right, Carly, with the most beautiful Slover Library. Like, Norfolk is a great place. We've got to change the narrative, but also do better in the communities where we deprive resources and opportunities. Because just as we have a beautiful downtown, we have a beautiful rec centers that are not in space and place. So, like, we've got to uphold the standards and hold these both things, hold all of it in our hands, where we're celebrating the entirety of our city, the entirety of our city across the board. So I'm gonna finish this and I'll answer your question. So they're gonna be playing in this special. Goodbye. Have a good day. So on the 16th, I think I'm gonna go because I think I want to see these jerseys, and I think I want to get some I want to get one of the jerseys. That's all. Like, that's enough reason, and I want to see baseball. They're also going to be they have a lot of fun promotions coming up. A turn back the clock night, where they're going to be selling like 50-cent hot dogs and 50-cent popcorn, which will be cool. So y'all check that out. Like, let's enjoy our city the whole parts of our city. Let's enjoy the good things, and then talk about those amazing things that are happening. And it's nothing like going to a baseball game. Take them kids. No one told me what an orange squeezer. Tell me what an orange squeezer is. What is that? Tell me about this drink. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so Denise asked a question, and thank you for asking a question. And I'm gonna pause on my news and stuff and give you guys these last couple minutes. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. So Denise, you said for the work groups, do we attend Thursdays or Saturdays, or choose which day? So with the work groups, you can choose, right? What we tried to do is make sure that there was every opportunity for people to be able to attend. So on the nights, it's Thursday nights and Saturday mornings. The same topic each week is going to be taught on those days. So you can come Thursday night, you can come tonight, right? And you'll get the same thing that we'll give on Sunday. And then next week, let's say you're like, hey, on Saturday, let's say next week you're like, hey, I can't make the Thursday night, but what I can do is make the Saturday morning. You'll get the same thing. This is 4 weeks of the process. So we'll be learning the life cycle of bill, learning how to lobby a bill, learning how to present a bill, and learn how to create our own bills, like that's the policy work groups. That's when we're going to get in the groups and start creating policy, and then we're going to teach you guys how to present them, like how to really be an advocate for the things that you want to see. So you get to pick you get to pick what day you have, but we were just trying to be very, very, not judicious, but very accommodating to the variety of people that could possibly attend this. So we'll do two. This will go all the way through August. And I have talked with a venue about allowing us to do this in person so that we can dig a little bit deeper, like, so so folks, maybe folks that attended summer school, that we have fun in the fall school, where we go back to school in the fall and get the opportunity to dig in a lot more on those policies that came out of summer school, or some new policies. Because what I believe is I may have until October or November to get all of my legislation in, right? And I want to at least get one bill out of these policy work groups, so that we can go up there and advocate and really have something that's of the community there. So nobody knows what an orange squeezer is. Thank you, Kim, for letting us know. You have no idea. That you have no idea. All right. Well, if that is it, y'all, we're scrolling down to the end of things. I don't want to leave in gloom and doom, but I'll start the way I'll finish the way I started. Remember, nothing fixes everything, right? Like, this is real, and that we are starting somewhere. This is our journey, and our love story for our city, our love story for our state. It starts here, and there's a lot of incremental change that we've got to get to. You know what I'm saying? It starts. There's nothing too small. No act or no role is too small in big change. Okay, so Denise, you said, I got it. One day in August, I'll miss the one day going. Yay! Congratulations. So, be safe on your travels. Is anybody else traveling? Anybody got a birthday this August, July, or traveling this August, July? I really want to do birthday shout outs, y'all, and new babies. Like, just celebrate our community growing and aging and stuff. Okay. Janice says they're hosting a youth empowerment this Saturday at 10 a.m. Registering kids from 8 to 12. Ooh, okay, let me see. You got it. Is there a link? Do we need to check in somewhere? Okay, so let me say this again for you guys. The Norfolk Democracy Center is holding youth empowerment this Saturday. Registering kids from 8 to 12. 8 to 12. We always looking for something to do for these kids, for our little citizens. The NSU parade participants, Norfolk Democracy, and workshops that empower our young folks at no cost. Did you hear what she said? Zero cost. Nothing. Nada. It's in the back of the Norview Recreation Center. Everyone is welcome. You can register, and she's put her information there. And I'll say it for those who you can register at J as in Juliet, Gay, G as in golf, A as in alpha, Y as in Yankee. So that's J Gay, GAY 0078 @gmail.com. You can register there. This is at right up the street, Norview, right? Like, this ain't that far. Right there up the street. I finally saw you this morning. Good morning. I've been missing you. My mama said she's been seeing you. I've been well. I'm grateful to see you still walking. It's motivating. I appreciate you. Look, I love you too. I'm going to put some water on the fence for you so when you walk. Yes, sir. I appreciate you. But yes, so get out there. Get out there, y'all. Let's do it. Okay? Y'all ready? Let's go. It's Thursday. Incremental change, right? Can y'all say it with me? Incremental change. Incremental change. Incremental change. Actually, that was my neighbor just walking by, who has been walking every morning for the past, I want to say 3 years, faithfully. And I've been missing him every morning, but you can just see he has shed weight like it's nothing other. Like, for actually, yeah, three years, because, we lost 2 years with COVID. I always try to remember that. But, yo, every single day he is committed, yo. Incremental change. But it takes a comprehensive effort. So just like him working out there, not only is he working out, he's drinking water, he's eating better, right? Like, it's the little things. He's doing all these little things together to get a bigger change. And that's what we got to seek out with our problems, right? Nothing fixes everything, but we got to start somewhere. You are loved, valued, and revered. This is Jackie Glass, Mama Navy Vet, certified doer, and laced up legislator for the House of Delegates, 89th District. So proud to serve. And maybe I'll see you guys this weekend. Will I see you at Nighthawks this weekend? Will I see you at Certified Doers Summer School tonight? Did you subscribe to our newsletter? Have you donated so that we can do more work, right? Town Hall on the 28th. Put that on your calendar right now, okay? Put it on your calendar. All right. You guys make it a great day.